I'm broke the boss, I flip the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation make me live the dream.
That bank account is negative 100. It's very different, your decision making, than if you got $7,000 and you have a fighting chance.
Yep.
Owner operator, equipment decision making, and forward thinking. Where is this market going, and what can you do to have sustainability? So that's what we're covering in this episode. So starting off at the top of the key is going to be about your equipment decision making, man. Like from everything from what should you actually be getting into right now, to should you actually get rid of a certain piece of equipment that no longer serves you. One of the hottest topics on the recruiting side, man, is a lot of those lease to purchases. And I know we talk about it a lot, but it's been coming up a lot lately. No money down, sign and drive, and here we go. A lot of people jumping in on that, but you have to be very careful, especially when that payment is going to be extremely high on a weekly basis.
Yeah, so I think that just natural selection of trucking. I think a lot of people that are like so excited about it and jumping in without doing the whole research, we're just simply gonna fail. Those programs. We've been known for a long time, sign and drive, no money down, for the most part, are never gonna end good. And even if it's gonna end all right, you're gonna be overpaying for that truck like crazy. So what I would suggest to do, I would suggest to pick the best truck that you can get for the best price that you can get, and also financially, as far as monthly payment and everything else, it needs to make sense. This is why my personal preference right now would be either an actual dealer, like whatever truck dealer, right, or Lone Mountain Truck Leasing. And I'm sure there are other companies like Lone Mountain. But the reason I like Lone Mountain is because of a low down payment, leaving startup owner-operator plenty of cash to solve the problems as they happen. And the monthly payment is very, very reasonable. And those sign and drive programs that you just mentioned, a lot of times, it's very easy to sign and drive. But then, man, that payment, I've seen some beat up trucks with a payment of a brand new truck. And that's insanity. Yeah,
because when we get these phone calls, when the opening liner is, "Hey, is this a walkaway lease?" That should be your first red flag if it's a walkaway lease. And also, your plan, is it even going to work? I mean,
well, another thing is this: if you're looking for a walkaway lease, don't do it, because right away, the intentions really do matter. And if your business plan is all about not carrying responsibility and walking away, I don't know, nobody's gonna like what I'm about to say, but you're not ready for it. You're not ready for that responsibility. You're not ready for business, because if you just gonna kind of do it if it works and not do it if it doesn't work as good, you're never gonna make it, because no matter how good it is, there are gonna be ups and downs, and you're gonna have to stay in business. You have to stay open. You have to hustle in order to make it in this business. I saw a short video. I don't know, that could be just AI generated, but looked pretty good. Ice Cube says, if you're not willing to grind for 5 years for free before any money comes in,
right,
you're not ready for any business.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I completely agree with the statement. And I think if you're deciding to go against the grain and you still think it's a good idea, well, here's another one. The price is going to reflect your so-called freedom to walk away. They're cashing in those chips up front. That's why your payment's so high.
Yep.
And so it's better to have skin in the game. Burn the boats. There's no backup plan. There's no going back. You either in it or you not. It's not just going to be like, hey, I got this truck now. Show me the money and where's it at? But I bought this truck. Why isn't it working out? You have to have a better plan than that.
Yeah, and another challenge of that is just think about what kind of people already had this truck before you and walked away and what condition did we leave that truck in. And yeah, the company gonna do the bare minimum, probably gonna do a detailed cleanup, take all the lights out, like all the warning lights. Reset the computer, this and that, and then we're just gonna hand it to you, and then it's on you.
Yeah. Owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171. So, I mean, and then looking ahead is, what are some of the things that owner-operators could do today in order to improve their situation for tomorrow and be in a better position to receive whatever the market's going to throw at us? So, it even stems from what we just said. Don't get into these extremely predatory, aggressive lease-to-purchase programs where your overhead is just way too high in a good or bad market. That's one step. You want to put your heels in the sand where you're comfortable with that payment. It's very reasonable. I think $1,600, $1,800 on a monthly basis is what typically a nice average for an owner-operator to have a truck payment. I think that's pretty normal. But what are some other things that you can do to better be prepared for tomorrow?
Just make sure that cash flow is coming in. So you gotta stay in the trenches every week. You gotta get paid every week. You got to be realistic about what you're getting paid. I've seen a lot of owner-operators. We simply do not understand the settlement. We just do not connect like the work and the settlement, and how does that connect? Simple as that. Just make sure your business is your business. So make sure you treat it well, because the return that it's gonna give you is gonna be based on how much loving you're giving it.
Right. So when you say the guys don't connect, so for those first-time owner-operators that are watching, what are you actually referencing? The guy doesn't understand.
The people think that I bought a truck and this is the finish line. That somehow now, because I have a truck, the money is gonna be there. And if you just bought a truck, one thing that's guaranteed is the payment.
That's for sure.
Not the money. The money comes from hard work.
Yeah. And then you also have the falseness of guys jumping into this market, right? Buying a truck cash. And I know we made a video about this, buying a beater, but buying that $20,000, $15,000 truck that is not going to make it up the hill, and it, but you're going to fix it as you go. That is so deteriorating to your business that it's like a slow death, man. You'll never really see exactly which event put you out of business because all the breakdowns.
Yeah, I don't think you're even going to have a chance. There is going to be, 1 out of 100 guys that still made a killing like that. It's fine, awesome, good for him. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, now you got to be realistic. If you're buying a beater, you're buying yourself a project truck. I hope you're a mechanic or some sort of truck collector, and you're going to have blast repairing it and modifying it. But if you in this for money, you gotta buy a truck that's gonna make money. You gotta buy a truck to work.
Yeah, because it's not just you involved. Like, think about it, right? You're gonna lose, like you talked about it before, relationships with your dispatchers, relationships with brokers, and all of that. How long before these relationships start to get damaged because of your constant breakdowns?
Oh yeah, very, very quickly. Because even as a company, with multiple trucks and multiple dispatchers, and like the breakdowns will happen here and there. If somebody starts, like one person starts breaking down very often, everybody knows about it, including the customers.
Yeah,
because it just happens. If it happens too often, then it's public knowledge.
Especially when these guys start to feel the pain of breaking down loaded. And it's not, let's just say you even have the money for repair, but it's going to take a little bit for parts to come in.
It's actually even worse because now you picked up that load, you drove a couple hundred miles towards the delivery, and now the carrier has to get another owner-operator on that load. That owner-operator is not going to do it for free, so he's going to go pick up that load, finish it up. Now you have to make it back to whatever your mechanic is. So all that motion for nothing, and then when are you going to start making money?
And not just that, like, so the side effect too is that guy that picked up the load, he's willing to help. Now, chances are it's going to show up later than it was supposed to. And what if he's working now and it takes more time?
Yeah. And now it's a risk for everybody, for a company, for a new guy, for a company to lose that guy because he's going to get worked up over that situation that he came in to help you out, but now he's being held up there because he did that. And the customer doesn't even know all that stuff, nor do they care. But that's the reality of trucking. Is that fair? Hell no. But that's the reality.
Yeah. So sourcing that truck is going back to that reasonable payment with that one lease to purchase if you're going to do it.
Yep.
Just have that in mind, or walk into a dealer and buy one if you have that capacity. So that's also always an option.
But make sure you leave some cash for a rainy day before you dump all the cash that you have just to flash that title, because roadside service don't care about your title. We care about cash.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I think having that cash in that bank, it's not that it's going to solve every single little problem you have, but I think there's it gives you a sense of peace, I guess, that shit's going to happen. You can almost consider it money already spent, but making your business decisions look a lot different than from a place of lack, desperate, like just that bank account is negative 100. It's very different, your decision making, than if you got $7,000 and you have a fighting chance.
Yep.
And then that dispatcher has that ability to be a little bit more dynamic with you, get a little bit more creative, stretch out and go places that you haven't done before, perhaps, if it makes financial sense. So now you're open to see what other kind of game plan you can do to make a difference.
At least you open for options to fix that situation.
Yeah. But that only comes if you're in a good place.
Yes.
All right. So what would be, if you had to give one key piece of advice for today's owner operator in today's climate, what would it be?
Stay on the road.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. The life will throw you enough chances to stop. That's not gonna be your choice sometimes. So for now, as long as you can, don't stop, so you can actually push through something unexpected when the life makes you stop.
Yeah, because then I guess that comes down to what's the one thing that you can do immediately to pivot on your, for your business in order to improve your outcome, is keep moving. Just don't stop the truck. Like, regardless of the rates, that cash flow is going to be king, because when the market tells you that you can't run today. So a lot of port work guys who call us because, they work one day, don't work another, work one day, don't work another. They don't have the luxury of choosing those days that they don't work.
At that point, it's already, oops, no work. Here we go.
So, you want to already have that nest egg. And I hope those guys do, but obviously, I guess if they're calling, maybe they don't. So who knows? All right, guys. So there you go. Please put your comments below. What are your experiences like? And what do you suggest to do in the upcoming market? All right.
Yeah, and let us know what's going to happen. By the way, upcoming market. I'm very, very curious because I have a lot of thoughts about it. And I hope for the best, but sometimes it makes me a little anxious. So that's what's up.
Be safe and drive safe.
Take care, guys.
Owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171.